Well, a top story at this hour, India talks tough on Hafiz Saeed. The Home Minister Rajnath Singh has spoken to WION. He says in his interview that Pakistan's action on Hafiz Saeed is simply an eyewash and Pakistan needs to do much more on terror. He also promised to punish those threatening Jammu and Kashmir's security. He added that Pakistan needs to act on Saeed and what they have done is a good first step, but decisive action is needed. For more on this, I'm joined by our Chief Domestic Correspondent, Kartikeya Sharma. Kartikeya, Rajnath Singh spoke to you. He spoke on a variety of issues, but he also spoke about Hafiz Saeed. What did he say?
He said about Hafiz Saeed that, this house arrest and these issues are like an eyewash. These are an ISO, these are fake developments for India. And if something has to be substantially proved, when it comes to the government of India, then it must allow Hafiz Saeed to be, tried under the law, which means that the house arrest is like an eyewash and the Indian government will refuse to accept it as a tangible action.
Okay, so that is one. They want some tangible legal action against him. But on the other hand, Pakistan has already promised. We have had Khwaja Asif accept that people like Hafiz Saeed pose a danger to the country. Aren't these steps in the right direction? Should India be right now encouraging or should we be, criticizing what's happening there?
Before I answer that, Patrish, before I answer your question, which is very pertinent, I asked one more question to Rajnath Singh and I said, what about your failed diplomatic effort with China? Because, every time you go and push for Hafiz Saeed, China roadblocks it. On that, he said, our diplomatic effort is to try to get people together. And coming back to your question and the adjacent issue, Patrish, I also asked him, then if this is the case, so much of importance on Hafiz Saeed, then why are you falling short of declaring Pakistan a terrorist state, on which Rajnath Singh was not able to convince me, Patrish, because he said, we don't want to behave like an irresponsible nature, but how can you have a hawkish and a strong policy against Pakistan, but not push to sideline it internationally? So I found it a bit of a contradiction, Patrish.
Well, absolutely. And I think that is something that the government will have to some stage explain this. But, picking on what you just said, Kartikeya, this is not the first time he has said something like this. I remember that just a couple of weeks ago, speaking to WION, he had also said at that point of time that the option of surgical strike remains open. But what are the tangible things that India can really push? And what sort of an action that they'd be wanting from Pakistan other than just the legal process? Because we have seen legal process in the 2611 investigation just stall. So is that something India is looking forward, just some sort of something to clutch on, some straw to clutch on that, yes, we are on the right track?
My understanding, you have really hit the nail. My understanding is that India wants Pakistan to be isolated, but doesn't want to be the first to call Pakistan a terrorist state, doesn't want the first to be seen and known as a country which pushed to make Pakistan a terrorist state. So that way, what India wants to do is that it wants to isolate Pakistan, crush its terror factories, but in a way which looks like an international agenda. That is why Rajnath Singh told me that the world is a global village, and we want other people to also act on terrorism because it's not India's problem only.
Right. So, because you spoke to the Home Minister, let me ask you one question before we let you go. Rajnath Singh, did he outline any plan of action? How are we going to put more pressure on Pakistan immediately? A 3 or 4 point takeaway that you had from that conversation with him?
One conversation was very, very, I would say, which really interested me was that, Rajnath Singh told me that, I never wanted to go to Pakistan. And then I said, why didn't you want to go to Pakistan? And he said the reason why I didn't want to go to Pakistan was because I felt that it's going to be a normal situation there. But then he said, when I realized that, they were attacking my Prime Minister, they were attacking me, there were rallies being organized, he said it was then I decided to go to SAARC summit. So, we also come to know that the policy changes at the top level. So the fact that Rajnath went to SAARC was a last-minute decision.
True. All right. Thank you so much, Kartikeya Sharma. That's an exclusive that we got you. Foreign Home Minister, in fact, Rajnath Singh, speaking to you.